Are you looking for the best VR headset? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best VR headsets on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Valve Index VR Headsets. For the cutting edge in VR headsets and accessories, look no further than Valve's Index. While there are competing models with higher resolutions, the Index still delivers smooth and crisp images on even the most graphically advanced games. It also sports a very generous 130 degrees field of view, which allows you to view more of whichever virtual world you find yourself in. What sets the Index apart from other headsets is its 120Hz screen refresh rate, which is much higher than the standard and practically eliminates visual stuttering, a main offender when it comes to VR-induced nausea. If you own a PC with the latest and greatest internal components, there is an experimental 144Hz mode for an even smoother experience. The Index's controllers are unique in that they feature finger tracking, which makes use of all 10 fingers for a more immersive experience, though the feature is currently only available in Valve's Half-Life: Alyx title. Per Valve's design philosophy, the Index is compatible with other VR hardware and software, allowing you to mix and match headsets, controllers and tracking stations from other manufacturers, particularly HTC. Top-notch hardware for the latest gaming computers. Amazing tracking quality. Almost no visual stuttering. Excellent field of view. Number 2. HTC Vive Cosmos VR Headsets. The Vive Cosmos is a flexible VR headset with a screen resolution that rivals the Index. The base model has 6 cameras on its faceplate that track your movement without the need for external sensors. If you prefer a more precise full-room VR experience, an alternate faceplate that's compatible with HTC's Vive trackers can be purchased for $130. The Cosmos comes with its own library of over 700 VR titles, but is also compatible with Steam VR for added variety. Though it needs to be hooked up to a PC by default, a wireless adapter is available for an additional $350, which provides a seamless VR experience without the hassle and tripping hazard of cables all over the room. Wireless-capable PC VR headset. Expansive movement coverage. Impressive game library. Intuitive user interface for ease of use. Number 3. Meta Quest 2 Advanced All-in-One Virtual Reality Headset. VR headsets normally require you to connect to a PC or console if you want to play games, but the Oculus Quest 2 is a fully standalone model with an integrated games library. The Quest 2's games are optimized for its internal hardware specs, which allow you to play right out of the box, though at a lower graphical resolution than you would normally get from running said games from a dedicated PC. If you prefer to play higher-end games from third-party platforms such as Steam VR, the Quest 2 can connect to a PC and make full use of its impressive resolution, which is higher than Valve's Index headset. Its 90Hz screen refresh rate is the bare minimum required for VR titles, guaranteeing minimal image stuttering and reducing the likelihood of VR-induced nausea. With a base price of $300, depending on demand and availability, it is the most affordable full-featured VR headset available at the moment. The main drawback, if you consider it as such, is that it requires an existing Facebook account to use. That might not sit well with anyone who has concerns with the company's privacy practices, or simply wishes to avoid a social media presence. Relatively affordable compared to alternatives, under $500. Excellent sound clarity without outside interference. Ideal for fitness games. Quality hardware specs. Number 4. Sony PlayStation VR Headset. While PC gamers are spoiled for choice when it comes to VR options, console gamers can only rely on the PlayStation. At roughly $400 for the full kit, the Sony PlayStation VR is especially appealing for anyone with a tight budget. For the sake of comparison, a VR-capable PC can cost well over $1,000, plus a dedicated VR headset can cost as much or more than PlayStation's own headset. A 100 degrees field of view fits a reasonable amount of visual imagery, while its 120Hz screen refresh rate keeps image stuttering to a minimum. Because gaming consoles are less powerful than high-end gaming PCs when it comes to graphics, the resolution is much lower than competing models. So you can expect some amount of pixelation and rough edges on games with realistic graphics such as Resident Evil 8. Includes a large library of VR-compatible games. Fits comfortably for high-activity gameplay. Doesn't require expertise to have fun. Minimizes motion sickness risk. Number 5. HP Reverb G2 VR Headset. The HP Reverb G2 boasts the highest resolution for under $1,000 at the moment. Though the Reverb G2 only supports a maximum screen refresh rate of 90 Hz, the current generation of gaming PCs can barely support faster speeds at this level of resolution, unless you've invested in the best internal components available. Its 114 degrees field of view is also a little higher than most competitors, which is nice for taking in more of the virtual scenery at once. Since the Reverb G2 uses internal tracking sensors, as opposed to full-room tracking towers, you won't have to shell out any extra cash to have a fully functional VR headset. While the G2's resolution is outstanding, its controller tracking is not very precise. This makes this headset ideal for more passive VR experiences, think a roller coaster versus an interactive haunted house, that don't require delicate hand movements to progress. Best screen resolution available for under $1,000. Lightweight and comfortable to wear. Excellent speakers for great sound quality. Light doesn't bleed through the eye covering.